TCL has returned to the Malaysian market with 3 very interesting products. This is the TCL NextPaper 10S tablet, this is the TCL Tab 8, and finally, the TCL MoveAudio S108 wireless earbuds. Let's talk about them as I've been using them for about 2 weeks. So it's not the first time that TCL has been in Malaysia because we have actually reviewed their TVs and a smartphone back then, and it's just that they are not really actively promoting their products here in Malaysia. But this time, they are starting to get to their game to challenge the competition. Now let's start off with the TCL Tab 8. Now this is a very nice 8-inch tablet, which unfortunately doesn't come with any flagship specs because it is an entry-level tablet that's actually good for kids or for some senior people who just needs a larger screen to watch videos or to read some news. Now this is the cover that actually comes with it. This is a very nice cover that feels like fabric, but it is actually hard fabric here, but it looks very premium to the touch for a 499 ringgit tablet. Now it attaches to the tablet using a very strong sticker here, so you gotta take off like this. Let me just take it off for you guys to take a look. Now this is how the tablet actually looks like. It has this very nice carbon fiber texture that actually feels nice when you run your finger over it. And in terms of specs, this tablet is not the strongest specs like I told you before. It is actually powered by an entry-level MediaTek MT8766 chipset along with 2GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Now that's actually very standard for entry-level tablets like this, and unfortunately TCL doesn't sell this model with an LTE SIM card, but this is just the Wi-Fi model, which is actually a bit of shape. Now I really like this lightweight design here because it only just weighs about 295 grams, and on the top you do get a USB-C port and a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is very convenient when they are placed on top because you can just simply hold the tablet just like this, and your hands won't be obstructed by a USB cable or your headphones cables, you know, as you're just holding it and enjoying content. Now this is a very nice 8-inch display. I'm actually very surprised by the quality of this despite being an entry-level tablet. It is not laminated by the way, but it actually pushes a resolution of 1280 by 800. Now this is actually a pretty nice resolution. It is a 16:10 aspect ratio, which is actually made for vertical reading. So I really like what TCL has done on this tablet right here with this kind of display. It actually pushes 16 million colors as well, so you definitely do not find its colors washed out as well. In other hardware features, the TCL Tab 8 comes with a rear-facing 5-megapixel camera and a front-facing 2-megapixel camera. It is powered by a 5000 mAh battery that could last for days depending on your usage, and if you run low on battery, you gotta take some time to charge because it only supports 5 watts of charging, which is actually very slow by all means. Now in terms of its operating system, it runs on Android 11, which unfortunately isn't the latest Android build out there. I would have been happy if TCL had preloaded this with Android 12 out of the box, but I'm sure the company will definitely upgrade the software of this tablet at a future day, but we'll just have to wait and see when that happens. But if you're someone who just wants to run apps such as Spotify, Netflix, Facebook, and some of the other usual apps that you do on your smartphone but want it on the bigger screen, Android 11 just works fine on this tablet here. And I am very happy that the UI that TCL has installed here is a very lightweight UI that doesn't really hogs down performance as I'm using the tablet for the past 2 weeks. Next, let's talk about the TCL NextPaper 10S, and this is probably the most exciting product on this table here because it features a very unique 10-inch matte surface display. Now, it's very uncommon for tablets to have this kind of display because most tablets that you see right now only have glossy displays just like what you see on the TCL Tab 8, but there are several reasons why TCL has decided to do this on the NextPaper 10S, and that's because, like its name, NextPaper, this surface, when you actually scribble on it using a stylus, it actually has a paper-like feel. And speaking of paper-like feel and drawing, it actually comes with a passive stylus right inside the box that looks just like this. TCL actually sells an active stylus that works with this tablet, but you need to purchase that separately. So this one comes inside the box and it actually works pretty well, and there are some preview apps right inside for you to scribble and draw. And now, in terms of specs, this tablet unfortunately doesn't have any latest MediaTek chipset, but it is powered by a MediaTek Helio P22 chip, which is a entry-level chipset that still works very well for very normal stuff such as web browsing, TikToking, Facebooking. It works well, but unfortunately it is not a very good chipset when it comes to gaming. But if you're intending to use this just as a media consumption device, it will work very well already. It also has 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, which can be expanded via a micro SD card. Now let's talk about other hardware features of the tablet right here, right? So let's take out this casing here, and by the way, this case actually comes inside the box as well, so it is very nice of TCL to include this inside the box because it's not very common you see manufacturers do that. Now look at the back here. It has a very nice green color polycarbonate back here. It is actually very nice, very solid as well. The screen bezels are definitely not the thickest. It's pretty similar to the iPad Air if you ask me, and it has a total of 4 speakers, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. All right, so this tablet unfortunately doesn't have a headphone jack, just like many other 10-inch tablets these days, so you unfortunately have to use the USB-C port if you want wired audio. And here's the main camera right here, which is an 8-megapixel camera, which actually takes pretty average looking pictures, and on the front here you get a 5-megapixel camera that is in a landscape orientation, which is actually the right orientation if you want to use it for conference calls, right? Now the software, here's another disappointment here. It doesn't come preloaded with Android 12 but Android 11, and it runs on TCL's very lightweight TCL UI, and it's just like the TCL Tab 8. Now it is actually a disappointment that it only comes with Android 11 out of the box, but TCL does say that it will upgrade this to Android 12 at a later time. But what makes me super hyped about this tablet is that it has a PC mode, which is kind of rare for a tablet that sells below 1,000 ringgit, because it essentially converts your tablet into a desktop computer-like UIs. So you can definitely connect a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard and treat it like a regular computer if you want to. But just that you really need to bear with the performance on this, because this is not the snappiest tablet out there, and you will definitely encounter some hiccups when you switch between apps and so on, which is very common for this tablet's hardware. Now, another interesting thing about the TCL NextPaper 10s is that it can also be a very good photo frame, because it features a daily board feature that shows up when you charge the tablet. It is actually a pretty useful feature if you intend to use this as a smart home hub and you want to have a display just at your cabinet to show your photos and probably some news from Microsoft News. And I think that's actually a very neat feature if you intend to buy this tablet for that purpose, and you can actually just simply take it off and use it as a regular media consumption tablet. And finally, let's talk about the TCL MoveAudio S108 wireless earbuds. Now, these earbuds are actually very nice and they cost just 109 ringgit. Now look at the shape here. It looks very much like an AirPods Pro, though the fit is actually a little too big for my ears. Here, as you can see, it's really huge. So for those with small ears, you might actually find it a problem fitting in these earbuds. But I can tell you that the sound quality on these earbuds, they actually sound very, very good when I connect it to my smartphone and my computer. It actually sounds very clear. It produces very good bass as well. And battery life, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty awesome. It lasts for 6 hours on a single charge, and with the case, it goes up to 20 hours. But the unfortunate thing right here is that this thing doesn't support active noise cancellation, which, you know what? For a pair of 109 ringgit wireless earbuds, it's something that you probably shouldn't care. Right, so this is a very nice pair of earbuds, so it's something that you might want to pair with either of these tablets when you buy them, because it's pretty affordable. So yeah, that's pretty much on these 3 products here. As a tech reviewer, I'm always excited and happy to see new tech products coming into the Malaysian market, and I'm especially happy to see TCL making a comeback to the Malaysian mobile market with these 3 very interesting products. I mean, they are actually a pretty great company. They have made great TVs that we have reviewed previously, and in big events such as CES and IFA, they have made great announcements about their foldable phones and even tablets and smartphones as well. And it's just a shame that we are not seeing them here right now. So I definitely look forward to more products from the company in the future, especially on smartphones and more tablets as well. I mean, these products are definitely a good start because they are actually affordable products. Like this one here, the TCL NextPaper 10s retails at 899 ringgit, and the TCL Tablet retails at 499 ringgit. Of course, they are not the best tablet in that price range, but they definitely offer some value right there, especially for the TCL NextPaper 10s, which comes with this really nice matte display that I actually enjoyed a lot. But it's just that I kind of wish that TCL would actually give it a slightly more powerful hardware to make it a more worthy 10-inch tablet. But as for the TCL Tab 8 right over here, I have to say that it is a pretty okay entry-level tablet if you want to consider getting one. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much on these 3 products that we have right here from TCL. A big shout out to them for sending this over for our evaluation. We really enjoyed them for the past 2 weeks. So yep, that's pretty much for the review of these 3 TCL products that we have right here. Stay tuned for more videos coming right up on the channel and subscribe to us for more, and we'll see you in the next one.